Hi guys, I'm Kallie. I'm here with Jake Decker. We're at E3 2017, and we just got to play a little bit of Far Cry 5, the upcoming sequel to that long-running series. It's set in Montana, which I think we were both really interested in.
Yeah, I think the setting overall was probably my favorite thing that they showed off. There's something so cool about being able to drive around Montana listening to the Black Keys, which was, they had like 4 or 5 Black Keys songs on that radio.
Yeah, you can like switch the radio stations. It's just cool because Far Cry has always been in like quote-unquote exotic locations, and they're bringing it to America, which obviously we're Americans, so for us that's more of a familiar setting. So I think it's really interesting that they're kind of tackling something that's a little bit closer to home. And I liked exploring that and seeing things that look like my grandparents' town, like that I would go to in the Midwest. So I was really interested in it. Although the gameplay does feel just kind of like more Far Cry.
Yeah, so while the setting I think is very interesting, I think the gameplay is not, I don't want to say bland, because it's still fun, but it's been done. They've done it.
Yeah, I mean,
with 4 and 3.
Yeah.
But that being said, it still seemed pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. You're definitely not bland. Like, I blew up a car and like killed like 5 cultists at once, and I sniped from a water tower, and I did all this stuff. It was fun to play, but not particularly inventive. And also, it's a little bit rough right now from what we played. Obviously, it's not final, but that was kind of like, okay, I'm waiting to see more from that.
Yeah.
I wanted a little bit more from the gameplay. I also got to do an aerial dogfight. I don't know if you did that, but that felt a little not sluggish, but like too floaty. I really struggled to take down the other plane, and that was a little weird for me. Like it didn't seem like fully fleshed out.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the flying either.
Yeah.
I had a bit of trouble taking down that plane as well. But it was freeing to be able to get in a plane, because in the previous Far Cry games, you could get in like these tiny little helicopters. I think in 4 you could. And in this one, you can actually get in a plane and fly around. And I think the real appeal of that will just be able to fly around the countryside of Montana in this plane. Yeah. Unfortunately, the demo area that we were in was actually pretty small, so you didn't get to see a lot of it. But I think still, and especially with a co-op buddy, I think that would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really pretty, and also just doing a bombing run was cool. But there was one thing I really liked. There's something called Guns for Hire that we got to experiment with for the demo. You could just kind of pick somebody who has a different playstyle. I picked the best gun for hire, which was a dog
named Boomer,
and he can stealth kill enemies for you, and also you can pet him, and he licks your face. So that was the best thing.
I did use Boomer, but then I also tried the sniper named Grace, and she was pretty cool. It was kind of cool just wandering around, and you'd see her green light, and she'd shoot him. It was kind of like Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5. But I'm curious to see how this Guns of Hire thing will work, because if it's just you have one guy helping you out for the, I hope there's a little bit more to it.
Yeah, and the dog, I love the dog. He didn't always successfully kill people for me. I ended up kind of finishing them off for him, and so I felt like he was not quite up to par, but still a good boy.
Yeah, I think where that game will shine will definitely be co-op. I'm excited to be able to play that in co-op.
Overall, though, what did you think of Far Cry 5?
I had fun with it. I don't know how much of it I'll play when it comes out, because it does seem very formulaic of a Far Cry game, which I'm sure is great for some people. And to be honest, in co-op, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. But I'm more looking forward to Assassin's Creed, I think.
Yeah, I think with Far Cry 5, we didn't get to see a lot of the story, and that's what's intriguing me most about this game. I think the setting is interesting, and I liked getting to check that out, but we got basically no story stuff out of this demo, and that's really where it sets itself apart from previous Far Cry games, and so not seeing that, I just really don't know how I'll feel about it. But I'm still tentative. I mean, we didn't get to see that much, so I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, it was a very small area.
Yeah. Well, for more on Far Cry 5, be sure to follow our E3 Hub. We'll have more news coming to you. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any news coming out of E3 2017. We'll have way more this week.